Hi, I'm going to show you how to work with Python scripts on Tetralith, which is the HPC cluster from NSC, for the course Intro to Python for HPC, which is given by NICE. And just looking at the table of content of the session, I will tell you why this is important. We're going to create a Python script and we're going to run a Python script. So that's what we're going to do. I'll zoom in a bit and we're also going to practice using the documentation of your HPC cluster. This is Tetralith. I already have the documentation in this tab to see if it shows us how to create and run a Python script. So Python scripts are very important, and that is because typically you want to run multiple lines of code. And you can copy paste those lines hand by hand, line by line, but you can also put them in a file, in a plain text file, and that is called a script. A plain text file with code is called a script. And that's good for many reasons. One, it always goes in the same correct order. There are no human mistakes. Executing the commands in the right order. Also, you can share them with your colleagues. So let's take a look at the exercises. This is why it's important. You probably have a script already, or a script for an analysis, or you are writing a script for an analysis. You want scripts. Let's take a look. Exercise 1, create a Python script. Go to the documentation for HPC cluster and answer the questions below. If you cannot find any helpful information, use the UpMax documentation about Nano. On your HPC cluster, create a file called Hello World using a text editor. Sure. So let's put this at the right side. Let's put the questions at the left side. And we're gonna look in the documentation how to create a file. So I just click on Use Support. I think that's good. I have no idea what to click on tutorials. This feels good. Is there some kind of what do you call it? Hourglass. I don't see an hourglass here. I go to user support. I click on getting started. Let's see, there's an hourglass here. No, I just go to the main website here. And I've seen an hourglass somewhere here. A magnification glass, that's what I want. User area. User support. Software storage. Maybe I need to make everything super small to get this. There it is. So now you can't read it. I will look for the word create a file. There. Take a look what it says. To compile editors. Editors is a good thing, because that editors allow you to create files. I think I'll leave it at that. Let's take a look what editors have to say. So I don't know what this is about. Emacs is an editor, sure. MS-DOS edit, Unix X, Unix VI. Alright, so these are very advanced editors that take a while to learn. So I'm not going to recommend using these as a beginner. Also because MS-DOS is not very long out, is not very active anymore. Instead, we're going to use Nano. So I'm going to copy paste this link and let's use that instead. There. Let's take a look. So this is how Nano looks like. UpMax has multiple text editors. Nano is a terminal. Start Nano on a terminal with Nano. To edit a file, do it like this. Alright, so this is super clear. Nano and then the name of a file. Alright, so I'm gonna type nano hello world. I'm gonna put it, so because I need to create this file, so I'm gonna put it here at the end. So let's go to Tetralith. There it is. So I'm on Tetralith here. There. I'm going to remove the file. You have not seen that there. And I'm going to do nano hello world to create the file. There. Now we have GNU Nano open. And this is the file it's trying to write. Next step, copy paste the following content into the script. Let's do that. So Control Shift V to paste. There, that has been done. It's also here. Save the script. So saving the script is Control O. So it's saving. In the old time was called write out or write output. This thing means, this flying hat means control. So this means Control O. So if I press Control O, it will ask me which file name I want to use. So hello world is correct. So I press enter. There, it wrote one line. That's correct. I've just written one line. Next step, I need to close the editor. So take a look at these words. Here I see exit with Control X. So I'm going to do that. There. Now the last step, verify that the script has its contents saved. Well, there are many ways to do this. One is you can open the file again, like I do here, and I see it's already there, and I exit. Another way is to cat it. That's the Linux command for showing a file. Good. So that was exercise 1. Let's go to exercise 2. For your favorite HPC center, find the documentation how to run a Python script. Search for a maximum of 5 minutes. If you cannot find it, the UpMax documentation about how to run a Python script is there. Okay, good. So let's go to the documentation here of Tetralith, of NSC, and I know that I have a search button here, and I'm gonna run Python script. Let's see what I get. So let's take a look. Here we have Python at NEC, using Python at NEC. That's a PDF. I don't know what that is. Using Python, that's also PDF. So I think this is the best hit. Okay. So let's see where it shows how to run a Python. So scroll through it to see how big it is. Let's take a look at the headings. Overview and quick start. Python with the most common modules. Bare Python. Modules for building Conda. I don't care about Ponda. Virtual environments. I don't care about virtual environments. Pip packages. I don't care about that. All I want to do is run a Python script. More Conda environments. Specify locale for Conda environment. How to specify Python version in scripts. Why does my Python writer how to use my MPI4? Alright, I'm going to search for the word script. Script. And I'm going to go to the first instance of script because I assume it's at the start. There I can see in this bar. I can now. There's no command here. There's no command here. Straightforward way, or I need to use this instead. Alright, so I can use a hard-coded path to Python 3. I don't think that is what a regular user wants. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow the UpMax documentation on how to run a user script. You'll see that is quite different. There. Let's fix the link. There. docs.upmax.uu.se. I'm going to search there through Python script. HPC Python, intro to Python, how to run parallel. What is Python? Okay, alright, this is getting somewhere. Python script. Create the CNet, create the CNet, create the CNet, create the CNet, HPC Python, intro to Python, installing Python packages, Python pend. Aha, here we have it. Use Python to run a Python script. What you need to do, you type Python and then the name of a script. Well, we can do that. Also in Tetralith we can do that. So I'm going to do this. So this is the documentation. Use Python to run a Python script, which is just Python. Then the name of the script, hello world.py. Do notice one thing. I have not loaded a Python module. So if I run this now, it will work. However, I did not load the Python module. If you do module load Python, you'll get a nice error message that says you which Python to load. It says, hey, please specify a version. And the recommended version is this version. And you load it by like this. So now I load that specific Python version. There, let's do this in one line, module load. And if I now run the script with the recommended version of Python, it does exactly the same. Good, so I have now run this script. And that means for this session, working with Python scripts, I've just showed you while searching the documentation how to create and run a Python script for Tetralith. With this, I wish you a very good day. Bye.